We're talking the transfer portal, and we're talking quarterback news?
You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Locked On Bulldogs, part of Locked On Podcast Network, your team each and every day, the number one sports podcast network in the world. If you want news on UGA, please come here. Don't listen to anybody else. They don't know anything else. We do. We're great. We're glad to have you here. If you're an everydayer, boy, howdy. I just want to thank you. LockedOnBulldogs.supercast.com.
If you're over there on the Supercast, some of you on there for the ad-free episodes, you can sign up for that plan. LockedOnBulldogs.supercast.com. Some of you on that all access. I've been texting back and forth with you. Been having a great time. We've been chatting about all sorts of things. We do bonus episodes for the people that are on the all access plan. We release a couple of those every week. You get on the text chain, all those things. We'd love to interact with you more, or just keep on being here. Subscribe to the regular show. It's always free. It'll always be free. And we're happy to have you along.
We are happy to have you along. Today, we're talking about a couple of things. We're talking about portal news. Yes, there are names being linked to Georgia. We'll go about who those names are. We're going to name the names. I have no shame in naming names.
No.
And can I just really quick, just for listeners know this already.
Okay.
We aren't attempting to trick you into clicking on our show just to listen to it. Okay.
No.
If he says something or I say something, it's because we believe that thing to which we are saying. Just like, we're not making crap up.
What kind of a world do we live in where a person has to say that, Clint? I'm sorry, we don't have time for this, but what kind of a world is it where you have to clarify that, what you just said?
Well, I think it's really important that you don't take a bus somewhere. If you take a bus somewhere,
what are you doing?
Here's the thing. There's probably a reason why the show's been successful. It's almost as if people appreciate genuine fans just talking, saying things that they actually think. It's weird.
Okay, we're going to start here. It's important news. We're talking about quarterback news. And you might be thinking to yourself,
well, Georgia didn't sign a quarterback in the portal, did they? Did I miss something?
Gunnar hasn't declared for the draft.
Did we have a quarterback enter the portal that I missed? This way, not all news is related to someone coming in or someone going out. See, there can be other kinds of news.
But if you hold a player, Ryan Puglisi, who let the record show.
I think I know why we have players, Clint.
Yeah.
I don't think you do.
I don't think you do. We know Ryan Puglisi. Had him on the podcast. Loved our time with him. Showed us when we talked to the kid.
Ryan Puglisi, as an 18-year-old kid, more poised, more composed, more eloquently spoken than many adults that I have spoken to in my life. Many 30 to 40-year-old men. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. This guy wants to compete. Had a head on his shoulders. Came in again. Lest we forget. And I think
we forget.
I think it's important to remember because our memory is very short.
Let's remember together, Clint.
Please. Let's collectively remember we had what everybody was saying. At one point, we were dressing up in tuxedos, trying to get Arch. Another time, we're trying to get Dylan Raiola. Mr. Needs to visit a certain department of study within the university campus.
Patrick Mahomes clone. So like psychopath stalker.
I would have I would preemptively get a protective order.
Seek help.
Dylan Raiola commits to UGA after Ryan Puglisi commits. Mm-hmm. People ask him, hey, what does this mean for your commitment? And he said, what do you mean? What does this mean? I'm at Georgia. I'm one of the best 11 quarterbacks in the nation. I have shown myself to be better than Dylan Raiola, and I'm here to elevate us to that status. Oh, but hold on, wait. Georgia, we got beat up in a locker. We got shoved in a locker by Vanderbilt because we lost Jared Curtis over there. Again, was it a loss? Yes, I'm not saying we didn't. We did. Was one of the factors, not the entire, but one of the factors, when Ryan Puglisi's on campus and the coaches are talking about Gunnar Stockton, Ryan Puglisi, and then maybe you, Jared.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, it depends. Well, it depends on if you can beat out Montgomery. So, like,
thank you.
There's already a guy here. He's pretty good. Also,
it's almost like Carson Beck last year again left because Gunnar Stockton was going to beat him out, and he knew that, and so he left to save face.
Yeah,
certain things have a lot to do. Context is king. Ryan Puglisi has already come out and stated, "I'm not going anywhere. I'm not entering the transfer portal. Not going anywhere." And this is why it's really important because Gunnar Stockton, ladies and gentlemen.
And to be fair, no, hold on, 1 second. Before we get into the Gunnar and the implications for the team or whatever, we could be wrong. Okay, it's not like our families are longtime friends with the Puglisis. But when he says, "I'm not transferring," sometimes somebody will say, "I'm not transferring," or "I'm not going to take the LSU coaching job." And then what they do
He's never leaving Old Miss.
What they do is they actually do the thing that they said they weren't going to do because they just decide they want to do it anyway. I believe it. When he says, "I'm not transferring," I believe it. And it's not based on that I think he's a high integrity kid. I happen to think that. I happen to believe that he's a high integrity kid.
Yep.
But it's based on everything I have heard him say about what matters to him. And what matters to him is being on elite teams and competing and getting better at football so that when his time comes, he will be ready. How many years was Fernando Mendoza elite at playing quarterback, Clint?
Great.
How many?
This is so great.
1 year. Exactly 1 year. Now, he was pretty dang good that 1 year. He was Heisman Trophy winner. He may win a national championship.
Real quick with that also, a lot of people claimed that was the best transfer quarterback get in the transfer, right?
Yeah, he was ranked number 1 transfer portal quarterback that year, I'm sure.
Hold on. I'm getting word that's patently false. No one claimed Mendoza was going to win the Heisman and vault Indiana up.
And
to
so
the thing
is, Clint. By the way, sometimes we get comments that people don't. This would be the one thing that I would say. If you don't understand sarcasm, the podcast is going to be tough. It's going to be tough for you. It's going to be difficult for you. Just stick around till the end of the segment. Make sure you get the full to know when we mean what we say. The thing about NFL GMs, Clint, is they only want players who were ranked at the top of their transfer portal class. Is that accurate? They only want quarterbacks who have been 3 to 4 year starters at a place. Is that accurate, Clint? That's what the NFL is looking for? That's why Fernando Mendoza is probably not going to get drafted very high.
Again, Cam Ward
had a number 1 overall pick.
Had an okay career on the West Coast before he went out to Miami.
Sure.
It was fine. Went out. Sometimes, maybe just maybe, sometimes when you can showcase in a one complete season after being developed and after hitting and after popping and after doing these things, NFL GMs see talent, and talent don't lie. Talent can't hide.
Back-to-back number 1 picks in the NFL draft only started 1 meaningful, productive season at quarterback. I know that they started other seasons, but you weren't telling me about Fernando Mendoza at Cal. You were not doing it.
Can I just tell you right now, Fernando, I watched him at Cal, and he was okay. When he went over there, I actually thought the running back coming out of Cal was going to be a bigger transfer hit than he was.
Everyone did.
That was an idiot move by all of us.
Yeah. They only had 1 productive, meaningful season of college football snaps, and they were the number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft. Fernando Mendoza will be. Cam Ward was last year. Ryan Puglisi knows he ain't got to go anywhere in order to fulfill all of his dreams. All he needs to do
live
is
in Athens. I get to be coached by Kirby Smart.
Yeah, Mike Bobo, the best offensive coordinator in the country.
Gosh,
who Georgia fans want to fire?
Screaming at you right now.
Bring it. Scream louder at me.
It was his fault. We lost the Sugar Bowl.
Still
I can't hear you. Can't hear you. Ryan Puglisi knows. Why would he leave? He says he's not He's not leaving. That's big for Georgia in the long term, Clint.
Yeah.
It's also big for Georgia in the short term. Let's talk about some other implications and ramifications of that decision. But first, these.
And these are, in fact, rocket money. Daniel and I sometimes get very confused. I just get so I don't know what is going on in life. Managing finances, feeling overwhelmed. Subscriptions we forget about. Trying to figure out how not to spend all the money that we make on queso coming from our favorite restaurant to our door.
But what if I want to do that? Those are my financial goals.
Well, then
rocket money can also help me do that.
It can go ahead and save some time and some energy by setting up some goals. Monitoring spending helps whatever you need to. Love tracking all the subscriptions. Let me cancel them right in the app. Just a few clicks, just a few taps. No more hunting down customer service numbers. Let Rocket Money help you research your financial goals faster. Join at rocketmoney.com/lockedon. That's rocketmoney.com/lockedon. rocketmoney.com/lockedon. These are Georgia Access. Has your health or family needs changed lately? Georgia's got you covered. Georgia Access is our state's marketplace for Georgians to compare, apply, and enroll in health insurance plans that offer the best value for their individual needs. Open enrollment is happening now. Visit georgiaaccess.gov today. Georgia Access, health insurance for Georgia by Georgia.
So, Clint, I cut you off, but here we are in the second segment. Now we can get into, it's not just the long-term future. Ryan Puglisi decides to stay. That's good long-term for Georgia because Georgia seems to have its quarterback set for years to come now. But there are some kind of more subtle things that you can deduce from this, which is that Ryan Puglisi knows, Clint, that Gunnar Stockton, he ain't going anywhere. Gunnar Stockton's going to be the quarterback at the University of Georgia next year. That's happening. That's real.
Yeah.
And let me get out ahead of this because for some reason you have to say we mean the things that we say on a podcast. For some reason you have to defend the most successful offensive coordinator in college football this season. You have to defend him to some idiots.
Yeah.
But also you have to let me be clear. If you are not elated that Gunnar Stockton is coming back to Georgia next year, you are a moron. You don't know anything about ball. Period. I would take Gunnar Stockton over so many quarterbacks in America. That dude has got more heart in his little finger of his left hand than most quarterbacks do in their whole body, than Ty Simpson has ever dreamed about in his entire life.
Stop. It is offensive you would even compare those two.
Right. I'm just trying to tell you there's Gunnar Stockton coming back next year for his second full season at Georgia. Another year in a Mike Bobo offense. Another year with some of these elite weapons that he's going to have access to at receiver, at tight end, at running back. Another year behind this offensive line that I expect to be really good again next year, even though it's going to be replacing some pieces for sure. That's a really big deal for Georgia. So Ryan Puglisi saying, hey, I'm not transferring. The subtle implication of that is I'm not transferring ... even though I know because he's told me Gunnar Stockton is coming back. So it's really two quarterbacks in one announcement. Georgia gets no new players and yet manages to retain two of who I would call the most important players on the roster. And that is Gunnar Stockton, Ryan Puglisi.
And if I may, also, Gunnar Stockton, 70% completion percentage, nearly 3,000 yards passing, 24 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, not to include the 10 rushing touchdowns and nearly 500 yards rushing that he had on the year. If you don't like that productivity, if you think that's, and if you didn't see, again, wide receivers, Colby Young did not have to come back to play with him.
No. Colby
He
Young
did-
could have gone anywhere in the country. And after being kicked off the team as part of an ongoing legal investigation that amounted to he did nothing wrong, he would have had every right to go anywhere in the country that he wanted to play. But he said, oh, no. I want to come back and I want to play in this offense and I want to play for that guy.
Okay, so he knows the competency of the quarterback position. Gunnar Stockton is, in fact, that competent quarterback that I'm so glad to have back. But then we have Ryan Puglisi as well. And if you're telling me this is not simply I'm coming back for, he knows I'm coming back to Georgia for another year. I'm going to try to beat him out. Do not think that Ryan Puglisi is thinking to himself, I'm going to come back another year and I'm satisfied sitting and waiting in the wings.
That ain't the mindset of a winner.
That's not why he's at Georgia. That's not why Kirby recruited him. That's not why Mike Bobo wanted him. That's not why he's still here. And if you think that, fan, if you're saying to yourself, well, why don't we have him start over Gunnar, or, oh, I'm happy that he gets to sit and learn. No. Let me tell you the definitive line that will happen. And I'm not
start at quarterback though, Clint. It's hard to know who should we want. Who do we want to start at quarterback? I want us to all get on the same page here. So who do we want?
The guy who goes out in camp, performs better than any other quarterback. I want him starting above any other name. And if Ryan Montgomery comes out there and he slings it around the yard and he's all of a sudden catapults up and beats out, I will be here saying, awesome.
If a 0-star walk-on comes on and beats out all three of them, listen, we could do worse. Back-to-back national championships would tell you we could do worse. You want the guy that the coaching staff wants. Now, we think that's going to be Gunnar Stockton because Gunnar Stockton is really freaking good. And guess what? He's got that dog in him too. He's going to be. He's not out there resting on his laurels. He's not trying to cash NIL checks. Gunnar Stockton's trying to fight and scratch and claw and beat anybody that's standing in front of him as well. I cannot believe Gunnar Stockton is not on a single mock draft that I've looked at. It's great for Georgia. It's bad for Gunnar. It's great for Georgia. If Stetson Bennett, I mean this respectfully to the greatest college quarterback of all time. Yeah. If Stetson Bennett was a 5th-round draft pick, Gunnar Stockton should be a 3rd-round draft pick minimum. Minimum. And I'm talking about the greatest college quarterback of all time when I say that. I can't believe I don't see him on any mock drafts. But hey, I'll take the win.
For Gunnar Stockton, by the way, the floor is Jake Plummer in the NFL.
Chase Daniels. That's the floor.
Do you understand what we're saying? That's the
13-year NFL career, Chase Daniels. That's what we're saying. That's the floor. It doesn't make any sense to me. But NFL GMs don't get pay raises for drafting great, solid backup quarterbacks that just, provide stability to an organization.
No, when they squander picks on non-Georgia players, they catapult their teams up to championship Super Bowl level Atlanta Falcons, right? Oh, no. No, we're thrilled to have the two guys back, thrilled to have the quarterback room. They're going to compete, and it is a 2-year, 3-year window for these guys. We're going to come back. We're going to link some names that we're hearing in the portal to Georgia. But first, these.
We're going to name names, Clint. It's the third segment. It's that time. By the way, speaking of the third segment, listen, you guys are the guys. You guys are the crew, the 199. If you're interested, just letting you know, lockedonbulldogs.supercast.com. That's where you can go. Pop on over. Get over there, and that's where you can sign up for a couple of different options. You could go the ad-free episodes if you're not interested in the ads. If you want to make those things go by a little bit faster. LockedOnBulldogs.supercast.com. You can sign up for the ad-free episodes or the all-access plan where you get the ad-free episodes, but you also get bonus episodes, a couple per week, and we call it the 4th segment, the bonus episodes. So if you're here for the 3rd segment and you know what that's about, you can extrapolate and figure out what the 4th segment is probably about. And then you get on the text thread as well.
Yeah.
And so direct access to us back and forth, ask any questions you want. We take mailbag in there, where we talk back and forth about whatever it is that's on your mind, Georgia related or not. But regardless, Clint, we talked about the one name as of time of recording, Khalil Barnes, the first name that Georgia gets in the portal coming to Athens, Clemson safety, big time kid. Coming in, multiple year starter at Clemson. Expect him to step in right away and start opposite KJ Bolden at safety, provide some stability in the secondary. But he's not the only name being linked to Georgia in this transfer portal class. It's still a bit early in the window, but what are the other names that you're hearing and anybody that you're particularly interested in?
Look, who knows if it's actually going to happen. This was given to us, by the way, Brandon Olson over on Locked On Gators. Love Brandon Olson. If you want,
you probably don't listen to him a lot, and I get that. We don't have a lot of crossover in our demographics. Okay, it's just not the way that it works.
It is not the way that it works. He is letting us know Aiden Mazzell, 6'2", 185 receiver, sophomore, played in sparing action, let's just say. 19
a lot of injuries, a lot of injury concerns.
177 yards, 9.3 and 1 touchdown. So not a lot of production because of a lot of energy or injuries. But if you look at his tape, he fast. Like you hate
to immediately go to the well and pull a comp, right? Like it feels a little Johnny come lately.
That's fine
to pull a comp, but this is a guy that I'll say this. This is a guy that were he on your team, you would try to use him the same way that you use Zachariah Branch. Like I'm not saying he would be that good. I'm not saying he would produce that much, but you would attempt to utilize him in a similar fashion that you did with Zachariah Branch, which again is like, by the way, Ryan Williams, the longest touchdown of the Alabama season was Ryan Williams, 75-yard touchdown reception. It was on a pass that was caught behind the line of scrimmage. It was on a screen pass. The fact that Georgia had so much success, much to the chagrin of the Mike Bobo haters who hated the wide receiver screen.
I saw somebody say when defending Gunnar said he completed 70% of his passes, they said,
but some of them were screens.
Yeah. Yes, and we gained first downs on those plays.
Also, all the other quarterbacks in college football
what does
also
that mean? Do you
thing.
Not want to gain first downs? They throw screens in the NFL. Like
Arch Manning tried to throw screens on us.
Jackson throws screens. Like, who do you think these quarterbacks are? It doesn't, whatever. You hate the screens, but the success that Georgia had utilizing Zachariah Branch under Mike Bobo, that was success this year, and it helped elevate Georgia to an SEC championship, and albeit a very disappointing finish, a loss in the Sugar Bowl in the first round of the College Football Playoff. Nobody's satisfied with that. Nobody on this podcast thinks that's an okay way to go out. But when you put that on tape, a full year of Zachariah Branch absolutely torching people in that short passing game, when you put that on tape and now you have guys entering the portal who've got electric 4.2, 4.1 speed, don't you think that the Mike Bobo offense is a desirable place for them to go? Don't you think that they say, oh, Gunnar's coming back? Oh, Mike Bobo's still there? Oh, that same offensive system that took this guy, a guy who had barely done anything in his USC career, who had almost double the number of yards at Georgia this year that he had at 2 full seasons at USC prior to that. Don't you think that when they see that, they say, oh, the University of Georgia is a place that can elevate my career. The University of Georgia is a place where I can not only go and compete and win, but it's also a place where I can build my brand and get myself to the NFL. I'm not saying I'm not saying this kid from Florida is going to commit, or even that he would be great if he did commit. Again, there's been a lot of injury concerns, but I am telling you there is a certain type of when you have great success with a certain type of player, and Zachariah Branch is a very particular type of player, you're going to become a desirable destination for more of those players. That's going to be a good thing for Georgia and Mike Bobo moving forward.
The other names, we'll stick with wide receivers while we can. Isaiah Kenyon from Georgia Tech is also on the list. So is Gilmer for UCLA. Both of these cats, 6'2", 190 for Gilmer. That's a big-bodied wide receiver.
Different type of guy than what we were previously talking about.
Correct. 6'4", 215 for Isaiah. He is the 23rd overall recruit, and many people are saying, where is a name like Cam Coleman? Let me help you. Cam Coleman is going to expect the biggest top dollar for wide receiver. Okay. He is going to say, I want to set NIL market for wide receiver. Go have fun. Go have fun at Texas, who just lost Arch Manning's roommate and best target all year, so that you can pay all your money for a wide receiver that's unproven. But flex, Sark, do your thing, buddy.
Yeah. That just isn't the market Georgia's going to, that's just not. Georgia's had way too much success doing other things to do that. But there's too many Colby Youngs out there.
Warner Robins, Georgia, played at Georgia Tech. Big-bodied guy who does have some speed, and I think he can situate himself right into the offense very well. He is expected to take a visit.
So he doesn't want to play is Buster Faulkner still at Georgia Tech, or is that no?
No, he doesn't want to go to the next school.
No, they lost him, and Buster doesn't. Oh no, you hate to see that.
You hate to see it. Yeah. So it's anticipated that he will be out there to do that. Gilmer is visiting Georgia, or has visited Georgia on Monday. So those are two wide receiver names that are linked. Another link we talked about on the show Monday, we lost linebacker and defensive line depth.
We did. Couple of front seven guys.
But Devan Tompkins from USC, planning on visiting Georgia. As a matter of fact, has already said he will visit. He is the 19th overall transfer portal recruit, visiting Georgia, 6'5", 290, 4 stars.
Big fella right in the middle of that defensive lines where you're going to want to put him. Just a nice.
Did we have a guy, Kristen Miller, who declared for the draft and is opening up a spot to go ahead?
Yeah. Well, there's spots available. You're going to be standing next to Elijah Griffin. I'll tell you that. You
will be sandwiched between two others.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
Next to Elijah Griffin is as desirable a place for a defensive lineman as you could possibly want to play. Do you know why? Because guess where that protection is going to be sliding every single time? Away from you and toward him. You are going to get a guard's one eye looking at you, and everyone else is going to be focused elsewhere, and so you're going to have every availability to get after the quarterback. Could be a big pickup for Georgia.
It's like the middle child. The youngest child gets away. The tension's on the baby. The oldest sibling, and they're a screw up. Maybe you got to keep an eye on them. The middle child's just out there going, I can do anything.
Just living their life.
That's what we're talking. He might be able to do, y'all.
Maybe a middle child defensive lineman.
Look, you come here for the banter. We
got Taco Bell runs. We got middle child defensive linemen. People love the banter.
They love the banter.
Bulldogs.supercast.com. 4 segments, nothing but banter.
Nothing but banter over there.
Literally over there. Nothing but banter.
That's exactly right. We have more names as the portal continues to expand and evolve and keep going. By the way,
it's a living organism.
By the way, portal. Wisner from Texas goes ahead and Splitsville's out of Texas because they wanted an upgrade at running back. Those are Texas's words. And the guy they wanted out of Louisville, who they were going to go ahead and take all the money, and he back to Louisville. He just said,
Texas. No. This is like Auburn looking for a coach. It's not.
There are three teams that think they should be good that won't be good. Texas, Ole Miss, and Auburn. You're all the same.
Yeah. But have fun. Enjoy yourself. Have a great time. Georgia plays on the road in Gainesville tonight, Tuesday night. Listen, Florida, they had a tough loss at Missouri in their SEC opener.
That was brutal.
Florida has played a brutal schedule. They are a great team. Missouri is also pretty good, by the way. They're a great team. It's going to be a tough one to get. I'm just going to get out ahead of it. It's going to be a tough one to get. But if Georgia can get a win in Gainesville, not only do you know that it would mean the world to Mike White, but it would basically be the earliest that Georgia had punched a ticket to the NCAA tournament in the history of the program. If Georgia wins tonight, they're in the NCAA tournament, period.
Done.
Like, it's the first week of January. And that's what we're saying. That's the fact. Them's the facts.
It's a warm bomb. It's a warm bomb.
It's real nice. It feels real nice.
He is Daniel and Clint. This is Locked On Bulldogs, part of Locked On Podcast. And we're your team every single day. We'll see you guys later all week long here talking about the Bulldogs. We'll see you guys then.
See ya.